Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 50 for Wednesday, January 50, 2025. My name is Marty Sleva, as always, joined by Casey Wosu, Nick Calandra, and producer Eric. We did it. We made it all the way to 50. We started on time. Everything's fine. No one's crying.
They said we'd never get here.
You know what? I didn't think we'd get to 15. So the fact that we got to 50, that means a lot to me. But welcome, everyone. We got a special show for you today, a little bit different than other episodes. Instead of running down the news and all those shebangies, we just have one topic today. And that topic is the inaugural Second Wind / Firelink 2025 video game fantasy draft. We're going to go over what that means in a moment because we're going to be figuring it out as we go along as well.
Like many of you, not great.
We've never done this before. We've never done this before, so it should be it should be a lot of fun. How are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday.
I've had a headache since the moment I woke up this morning.
And how much water have you drank?
0.
But you have drank soda.
I mean, there is water in soda.
Debatable.
No, you're both wrong. There is water in soda. Somehow Nick was right in that scenario.
Yeah, who's both wrong? Casey and his alter
drinking.
ego are wrong.
You got an alter ego?
Who's my alter ego?
Your controller.
Yeah, Nick clearly has drank no water today. Because he's seeing two of me for some reason.
But yeah, it's the year started off. We ran down some of the games we're looking forward to, and some of the what we think is going to be going on in 2025. Last week, obviously, we should have big shows going forward. The scuttlebutt is that we're hearing about Switch imminently. Could be during this podcast, could be in the middle of the night, could be when we wake up, could be some other time because none of this is real.
What time is it in Japan right now?
That's like morning. Kojima's probably already posting.
Do you think they're just gonna
RT a bunch of stuff?
Do you think when they announce the Switch 2, they're just like, yeah, we're making the Switch 2. You all talked about it too much, so fuck off. Just order it here. We all know you're gonna buy it.
They should. They won't. But they should. I think it'll be a very dry video presentation. Name and with what hardware. The gimmick of the hardware is, and then we'll get a bunch of stuff probably next month in a direct. And then we also have the Xbox showcase in I think it's 2 weeks from today, or a week.
No, 23rd.
23rd. So a week from today. Wow, a week from tomorrow. However time works. Excited for that. So yeah, we'll obviously have a lot to talk about on those, but we're here to draft. So what is a fantasy draft? People might say, well, if you've ever done a fantasy sports draft, it's going to work the same way. So each of the three of us, Nick, Casey, and myself, have created a video game publisher, and our job as that video game publisher is to stack up our 2025 lineup with the games that we think are going to end up ultimately scoring the best, based on reviews from OpenCritic. Metacritic, one of the critics.
OpenCritic, yeah.
OpenCritic. So what we want to do is we're going to be drafting games that we are either confirmed to come out this year, that we think or hope are going to come out this year, or some games that even haven't been announced yet, but that we're just, Hail Maryin' that we think are going to come out this year. And we get points based on how well they ultimately end up reviewing via Metacritic and like all the aggregate review sites. So yeah, pretty much we just want to create like a kick-ass publisher lineup, and then we get scores on it, and then at the end of the year we see who made the best lineup. And there will be throughout the year we can check back in once reviews come in for certain games, like even quarterly. We'll be able to like add and drop games. I think there's like a bidding system which we're going to look into. Again, like if you played fantasy sports, same kind of thing. Yeah,
and
we'll
also,
go ahead. The
winner is going to get a trophy, as well as the loser is going to get a trophy.
I feel like that's mean for the middle person. They don't get a trophy?
They don't get anything. Yeah, they're just normal.
We're going to make 2 trophies?
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be some real middle child shit.
Inspired by the league. One person gets the Shiva, one person gets the Sacco.
I want to
and it must be displayed
from the league. If
nope, possible. It must be displayed in your cameras for the rest of the year until new winner and loser are selected in the following year.
If it's coming out of company funds, yes, we get to vote on it. So
yeah.
So yeah, again, these will be games confirmed coming out this year, games we think are going to come out this year, and again, we can draft games that have not been announced yet, but we hope will come out this year. But obviously, if that's a risky thing, if we draft a game that hasn't been announced, it's possible that game's not real. And so maybe it doesn't come up
with 0 points or whatever.
Yeah, or the risk of drafting Monster Hunter Wilds. It's pretty safe that game's going to come out this year because it has a date in 6 weeks or whatever.
Doing betas.
Drafting Perfect Dark. That's we don't know if that's going to come out this year. So that's sort of the risk reward there. And obviously the way drafts work is once one of us has taken something, it's off the board. So we can't all be gobbling up Grand Theft Auto 6. As much as I know you all love gobbling in Vice City.
I don't even have it on my list. Because KC's got the first draft position.
Oh, do I? How'd that happen?
Oh, so what's
random?
What is the draft?
Oh, it was random.
order?
Okay.
Yeah, click the random button. So it's KC, then me, then Marty, and then in the second round, Marty gets to go first.
Yeah, it's called Snake Style. And
Snake
then
style.
in the third round, Casey will be back to going first. Just like a snake. You guys know how snakes work. You've seen them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I played the
Little,
video
little
game.
pretzels.
You play. No, snakes are different. They don't connect. Pretzels connect. And then there's also the one at the end. We're going to each do a counter pick. And the way the counter pick works is we look at the other people's lists and we pick a game that we think is going to either not come out this year or score poorly. So and it's not like, so I'll look at both of your lists and I'll choose just one game. It's not like I choose one from Casey's game list and one from Nick's list. One game that I think one of you drafted that is not going to perform well or just won't be coming out this year. So
Okay.
there you go. And I guess the easiest way to do this is just get started and we'll just kick the tires on it and see what happens.
Yeah, we're learning.
You'll be able to see the draft on screen because I fought for that.
You really did. You're one of the rare American heroes. Like you're fighting for the worker.
I need to be for president.
Yeah, exactly. You're fighting for the little guy, the Bernie Sanders of this podcast.
Public draft.
Casey.
Yes.
With the
So
first
I'm
pick.
first up.
With
And
the first pick.
KC's publisher is called Hard Games. I want you to explain this name. I want you to explain why you called
Hard
yourself
Games.
Hard Games.
Yes.
Because this sounds sexual.
That is where my mind went. I was like, oh, I'm a fan of games that challenge you. So if I'm a publisher that's like trying to collect a bunch of games, you know what? Yeah, we're Hard Games. And then immediately after saying it, I was like, ooh, that's a double entendre.
Double entendre. Double
But then also
entendre.
made me thinking, you know what? I'm also partial to games that try to get your heart. So you know what? Let's stick with it.
Stellar Blade sequel for number 1.
Could be a little bit of both.
And mine is I already had merch made for mine. As you can see, I'm
Incredible.
wearing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Incredible.
amazing.
Weird that you don't have a hat
Today.
made for it. That's kind of weird. You have a hat for a competing publisher. That's kind of strange.
My hat's upstairs. Fuck.
Oh no,
Wear it
draft is
anyway.
already ruined. For those listening, Nick named his team Red Wings.
Yes. It's a
after
hockey
the
team.
bird, after the bird. Oh, I thought it was after the bird of prey. And I named my team the Genki Boys because those are the only people I trust in the world now. Genki Boys rise up. I don't know. I was trying to think of like a Genki Boys thing, and I didn't know what it was.
You're just hiding your
I just
sweater.
hid my large sweater. This is so big. It's like the thing in that Talking Heads video. It's so big. Casey, with the number one,
Yes,
number one
okay.
pick, what are you going to choose?
So you mentioned already Monster Hunter Wilds 2. I'm glad I got to go first because that's the top of my list. Why did I write up 2 on there? There's no 2.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Wilds is my first pick. So how do I actually draft it? Do I like type it in?
No, I believe Nick handles all this.
Oh no, okay, Nick will put it in.
Is that correct, Nick? I actually don't know.
To select the next player's game for them, select the next game under draft management. That's a good
I told you,
question.
we're working on it. We're figuring things out.
Again, if we weren't showing this, we could just keep a list. And then just
You can't click on there and type it in?
Oh, I can try. No.
It still says
Yeah.
draft is currently in progress. Next to draft hard games. Get your fucking draft on. Look at this old man. I saw that old man. Who's that old man? Bring him back.
Okay.
What
There he
the?
is. Hello,
Let's
sir.
go to the FAQ.
One of our finest. One of our finest.
But yeah, while Nick's figuring that out, it should be no surprise that Monster Hunter Wilds is a top draft pick for me. I also got hands on with the beta, which I'm assuming is allowed because we
Oh, yeah.
also just so the game does not have a score anywhere. It's not out, but I did demo it a little bit. And that has given me confidence that it will score high. And personal preference, big fan of the franchise.
Yeah.
So it's got to come home to hard games.
So yeah, we said obviously we can't choose a game that is already out with reviews. So something like Dynasty Wars Origins, which has actually gotten pretty good reviews. I'm a little intrigued by this Dynasty Wars. I want to see what's going on in this Origins. We can't choose. However, we can choose games we've played in some capacity. We can choose games we've previewed, games we've played demos of, betas of. We have codes for some games.
Additional question.
Yeah,
and this is probably more for my discretion.
No, let's go for it.
Can you select games that are published by companies you work for?
If you are comfortable with it, then I think that's fine.
I'm probably more.
You know what would be a ball? You know what would be the most baller move?
Yeah.
Choose an unannounced game.
So Casey,
you want to really?
That'd be wild.
Casey,
no, that would get me in trouble.
Since you were drafting, go up to the top and click games at the very top.
Top.
Like literally the top.
It says
bar.
next, yeah, and it says how to play Royale games. Click that.
Games. Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Now
that's the top game.
Yeah, now try
yeah,
clicking
that's
on
okay.
that. And what does it take? What does it do?
It just shows me an image that kind of says what it is.
And you can't draft it from there?
No.
Ooh, boo, boo. Okay. Well, I will draft it for you. Oh, yeah. It should say right here. Okay, so I'll just draft it for you. There we go. Add
Neat.
game to publisher. There you go. Monster Hunter for you.
Ooh, what a nice sound effect that was.
Yeah.
Hear anything?
You didn't hear nothing?
No.
All right, maybe I'm just losing my mind.
Well,
Well,
you probably
nice
heard
sound
it because it was your turn.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I gotta look at my list here. I think for mine,
on the clock.
I'm gonna pick up Doom: The Dark Ages first.
Wow.
It's a deep cut pick, I feel like.
Yeah.
That is a game. It does not have a release date. However, it is going to be one of these showcase games at the. I heard that noise that time. That was nice. Or maybe that was it's my turn. That was nice.
It's your turn.
But it's since it's one of the games being shown off at the showcase in a week or two or next week. There's a good chance that's coming out. And the other Doom came out April 20th. Blaze It alongside Animal Crossing. So in the pandemic. So maybe that. Good. I'm excited for this GTA game, or not GTA. This
the Doom game. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think that's a strong pick. I had it on my list, kind of deeper down because I thought folks would forget about it.
Sure. So does that mean it's my turn?
It's your turn.
Yep.
Excellent. With my first pick in the draft, I'm going with unannounced Mario 3D platformer for the next generation of Nintendo hardware.
That's bold.
That is bold because there's a good chance this
pick.
game's not real or not coming out this year. But if it is coming out this year,
guaranteed 10s across the board.
Guaranteed 10s across the board.
What is the last 3D Mario platformer that didn't get 10s?
Doesn't exist. Sunshine.
Sunshine got less than 10s?
Galaxy 2 gotcha. Yeah, Sunshine was a little shaky.
Really?
I think at the time.
I remember at launch, folks were all over it, and then the hate began. No?
Ages. I don't know. I don't remember. I was a baby back then.
Hold on,
I think I was
Mario
college.
Sunshine was doing.
I was a college baby. I was a little Doogie Howser. Were you able to find it, Nick? Or
Yes. No, it wasn't in the list, but I put it in your slot. So
okay. Oh, thanks. It's in my slot.
You are up again.
That's the ESPN thing when it's the next person's draft.
See, yeah. Mario Sunshine scored high. I'm not a 10. IGN gave it a 9.4.
Rough. That's like an everyman
really
7.
high.
For my second pick, you know what? I want this to be a publisher I'm proud of, and I want this to be a publisher of games I want to play. And if this were like an E3 showcase, I'd get hype as shit.
Okay.
And so my second game, I need to stay true to me, is going to be Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding 2 on the beach, a solo auteur video game. No one else helping him with this bad boy. Every picture is just him grinding tape with the controller in his hand, which I think is excellent.
Amazing.
A little worry right here is that your two games, Monster Hunter and Doom, I would say extremely safe bets to come out this year. One of my games isn't real, and one of my games could very well not come out this year.
Yeah, that could be delayed.
taking
So
taking a big
starting
boy
real
swing.
risky.
Taking a big boy swing.
Mhm.
So Casey, or
No, it's my turn now.
Oh, it's back to Nick. Okay.
Yeah, back to me. All right. Looking through my list here, I think a safe bet for a game that's going to do very well is Split Fiction.
ooh, that's the next Joseph Fares game, the follow-up to It Takes Two, Game of the Year at the Game Awards a couple of years back.
Yes.
And that has a release date. That is coming out, I believe, in March.
Yes.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I think like after It Takes Two, they learned a lot about keeping the gameplay mechanics fresh. So as long as this one like doesn't overstay its welcome, like It Takes Two does, I think they're gonna nail it again.
Yeah,
they just know how to make fun gameplay mechanics. Like they never let you stay with something too long before it gets boring.
Yeah, to an insane way, to where it's like, how did you you spent all this time making this mechanic and then you just moved on to the next thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Casey, you are up.
All right. I got a question.
No.
Hit us, dog. What do we got?
You can't draft Monster Hunter Wilds
2.
twice. Fuck off. It's mine.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. There's no scores for that yet, right? Because I keep seeing articles of people who have put a bunch of time in.
No, there's no scores for that one.
Nope. That is
I think that is another safe bet for a very high scoring title that will release this year.
It
So I'm gonna
say delayed.
If it doesn't release this year, yeah, I'm playing it right now.
Oh well, okay, well, boom, great. That's my section, and I knew Nick was going to be salty about that. I thought he was going to pick it first. The fact that he said Split Fiction, I was like, "What? What are you doing?"
That's the other part of the draft is being able to be like, what is safe to wait on, and what is safe, and what is like, oh, I can fuck someone over by taking
the only reason I didn't select Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 right away is because
you didn't think I was to take it.
No, because it's a very much like if it's your taste type of game, and those always review weirdly with critics. So if they're like too impatient, because it's like the first game is very slow, it's very mechanics heavy with all kinds of different stuff, like very focused on realism. A lot of times games critics don't jive with that.
That's a good point. But as I like to always say, the second go round is usually a remedy for all of that sort of thing. So like the fact that it is so well regarded and it got a second chance to kind of do that formula again gives me confidence that this second time they're going to nail it, and people will get what it was trying to do the first time if they didn't.
All right.
So
you are up again.
Oh, I'm first again?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Damn. What's on my list? All right. I want to draft Wanderstop.
Ooh, that's a good one. Another one with a set release date.
Yeah, that one got really good showings. Don't really know much about it other than the premise, but I feel like the premise alone, like it's not like a hard thing to imagine, right? Like it's a cozy game that has some stakes, right? I don't think you can go too wrong.
Well, and
with that setup.
If we're going based on pedigree, this is the follow-up to the Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
So this is Davey who made the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide, both beloved games, scored super high. This is an Annapurna joint, which I'm not sure what that means anymore, but we're gonna find out as they're publishing it. But the game March 11th. So you've chosen 3 games that theoretically should be out within the next 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like,
right.
For real.
I am back up. I'm probably going to take the biggest swing here, and I'm going to draft Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Nice.
Okay. I'm super excited for that one.
Yeah, it looks really cool, but that could be a train wreck. We don't know.
Yeah. It has my worries. So this is the game Claire Obscure Expedition 33 has been shown off for a couple showcases, published by Kepler Interactive. It is a French-made, I think it's AAA, but whatever it is. But it plays like a JRPG. It plays like Persona, like the stylish battle system with a Persona with like a little bit of active time to it. So like the Paper Mario games and whatnot. But the story is also a little bit like Children of Men. It's like the 33 in it is that every year a god comes down and is like, the age of humans are capped here, so anyone who's 33 is going to die. And so it's like them trying to be like, we need to get to the gods because this number keeps going down, and eventually it's going to be 0, and there's going to be no humans anymore.
Yeah, every time I see this game, I get more excited for it. It just looks awesome.
Yeah, sick as hell, and it is set for this summer. It does not.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the showcase, Xbox showcase next week.
Yeah, it'll probably get a date next week. So there you go.
Yeah.
Also, all the rumors about that is that the unannounced game that they're showing off is the next entry in a beloved Japanese long-running franchise. That's what Jez Corden reported. That the unannounced game they're showing off Doom, South of Midnight, Clair Obscur, and then secret unannounced game. And Jez said he has it on good authority that it's a new game in a long-running, beloved Japanese franchise.
A bunch of people online were saying Ninja Gaiden, which would make sense because Ninja Gaiden's also getting that 2D game.
Shinigaki, I don't want that. I want new Nier. Give me the horn dog games. Give me the hard games.
All right, Marty, you're up.
Damn, it's me again.
What fake game are you going to vote for?
This is tough because I don't think it's going to get back to me, even though I've said time and time again, but this feels like an easy 10 if it does come out. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that one feels like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So I still, if I'm this was voting with my brain, not voting with my heart. My heart says this game is, or no, my brain says this game is not coming out this year. However, my heart says if I want to win this thing and get one of the several trophies at the end of the year, this feels like an easy game. 4 got 10s, 5 got 10s, San Andreas got 10s. Red Dead got 10s.
You're up again.
Yeah. I feel like I
know what you're going to pick next.
I need to start picking a game that is confirmed to come out this year. Nothing on my list is confirmed to come out.
Yeah, your list is pretty risky right now. Could pay off huge, but very risky.
I also feel like I haven't dabbled in indies yet, and I feel like I'm letting my indies down. So
he's going to go for Hollow Knight.
I want to choose an indie. It's gonna be Hollow Knight Silksong.
Are you taking it?
Are you serious? You're serious?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay.
Okay.
That is in Marty's camp. My God.
I am saying
his list of games that may or may not exist, and Eric puts up the perfect image for you.
I am saying that if there is a world where Game of the Year this year is fighting between untitled 3D Mario game that has not been announced yet for a hardware that has not been announced yet, Death Stranding 2, which Kojima is working on by himself, Grand Theft Auto 6, which has no chance in hell of coming out this year, and Hollow Knight Silksong, which probably isn't real, it's going to be a killer lineup.
Wow.
Real killer lineup.
Like this is going to be a great year, according to Marty.
Dude. Great. Listen, I'm an optimist. I got to spend a lot of time at Yahtzee. I spent 2 hours at Yahtzee. I got to get my
to be fair, the Genki boys do be knowing.
I'm just saying. I'm not. Why do you think I'm named the Genki Boys? It's not because I love the Genki Boys. It's because I am the Genki Boys.
Since
I got asked to leave CES last year by the Nintendo lawyers.
Since you picked an indie, I'm also going to pick an indie.
Nice.
One that might surprise some people, but and all the previews that have come out for it and all the pretty much everybody that's talked about has really liked it. The Altars.
Ooh, that's a cool looking one. Shout out to Poland. I always read it as the Antlers when I see it, by the way, which I don't know. The Altars, that's the one. It's like a bunch of clones, like a dude has a bunch of clones in a space station, so he's got to like deal with the space station with just a bunch of hymns. Which, let me say, I would fucking kill myself if I was surrounded by a bunch of memes.
Nightmare.
What a nightmare. I cannot imagine how insufferable I would be in that scenario.
Yeah, I don't know how well that game's going to review, but I don't know. Everything about it screams like a little bit of a sleeper hit.
Yeah. You're choosing well. You're choosing with your heart. That's what I like. Everyone's choices right now with their heart.
I'm choosing games that I know are going to release this year.
Well, there's different strategies. You know, there's no one right or wrong way.
Possibly. You'll find out. Casey, you're up.
Okay. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of safe picking. So I want to go for one that's more heart, right?
Okay.
I want Assassin's Creed Shadows to be good.
I like it.
It's
on my list.
I'm
It's on my
sick.
list.
I'm sick of just all the negativity around. And yes, I work for the company, but like I still think Ubisoft is like a good publisher. Like they make a lot of good games they have in the past. I really just want them to get back to that.
Make AC great again. MacGa.
Like I think this one might be it. Like and I have no insider knowledge on this game. I've not got to preview it or play it or whatever. But everything I've seen is the same stuff that they've put out in the world. And it looks really freaking cool. Like I'm genuinely excited for AC Shadows. So I'm hoping it does the numbers.
Also, the delay from last fall to next month, and then the subsequent delay from next month to March. I think obviously that's a good thing when you look at how a lot of AAA games launch, and then a month later, everyone's like, "Oh, they fixed a bunch of the stuff." So that month allows the game to launch in that state. So I like that. I also hope this game is good because it's easy to forget, but like when Assassin's Creed's fucking hitting, like that's a cream of the crop.
It's
franchise.
like it's one of the most well-known franchises in games. Period. Like let's get back to it.
Hell yeah.
You're up again.
Second pick.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how the snake works.
All right, I'm gonna go super indie. Battle Vision Network.
Ooh.
This is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the team that did the Heroes of Might and Magic game. Which was like that puzzle. Yeah, that game is phenomenal. But like the gameplay style was kind of like locked to that franchise for forever. And then this popped up on a showcase however long ago, and I committed it to memory. Like, oh, I cannot wait until this drops, and I think it is supposed to come out at some point this year.
Oh, I had no idea this was Capybara, who I fucking love. They made Below, but they also made Grindstone, which was a puzzle game that I think launched with Apple Arcade, or was like a mobile puzzle game that's fucking great. These guys are super talented.
Yeah, so
I didn't know this game existed.
I believe you were on whatever stream we did. Where
I go into a few during those streams. I don't know what's going on. This game looks great though.
I will admit, like the title, especially, is like easily forgettable. So hopefully it gets on enough radars that it tracks and gets review scored. Because I think if folks get hands on it, they'll be like, "Oh, this is really good." But like,
when you said Battle Network, I went to Mega Man, and I was like,
that's where I went too.
Mad at you last time, KC.
That'd be wild if I said there's going to be a new Mega Man this year.
All right,
that is heart.
The next game I'm gonna pick is also another indie, and I've been kind of saying I think it's gonna be the next big roguelite game.
I know what you're talking about.
Star Vaders.
Nope, that wasn't what I thought you were talking about.
What do you think I was talking about? I guess you can't say.
I'm not gonna say it. I might want to draft it by the end. What is this? Star Vaders?
Yeah,
Nick mentioned this in his Steam Next Fest.
Yeah, it's basically what's it called? Alien, not Alien Invasion. Fuck. The game
Into the Breach?
Not well, yeah, it's like a mix of like Into the Breach and I'm trying to remember what's the not asteroids. What's the arcade game? Space Invaders, yes. So it's a deck builder, it's like Space Invaders and then Into the Breach all mixed together as a roguelite, and it was really addictive when I played the demo.
Did you know in Germany they call this game Starfathers? Fuck, I fucked it up. I fucked up the joke. I fucked up the joke. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Great pick.
Being the second pick is the worst place to be.
Yeah, you get time to think though.
Yeah, I do get time to think.
You get time to think. So for my fifth pick, I'm gonna act as a foil to one of Casey's picks.
Uh-oh.
But again, another game that has a very good chance of not coming out this year. One of my most anticipated games of the year from a Sucker Punch first-party Sony game. This is Ghosts of Yotai, the follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima, revealed last year. Looks sick as hell. Ghost of Tsushima. That's a game right there.
Yeah,
Sony
first
has to
party.
release a game this year, right?
They really
Yes.
didn't release anything last year, which
They
is
released
kinda...
Concord and Astrobot. One of those was good, and one of those
we
was
don't talk about it anymore.
we don't talk about it anymore.
I'm sure Ghost of Yotai will launch this year.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident that it'll
It's been
launch this year,
2020. This game came out summer 2020. The original one did.
Yeah,
That's 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago. Yeah, if
this
Doom
game
came
will
out,
be out this summer. This game will
Doom
be
came out in 2020. Every 2020 game sequel is coming out this year.
year.
That's a promise.
Everyone?
That's a promise. That's a promise. Okay, we're halfway through the draft. There's 10 rounds to this. Do we want to go over, reiterate our picks to people so that they know what's going on?
Yeah, if anyone needs to catch up.
What were your 5 games? So
All right, my 5 games. I started with Monster Hunter Wilds. Good, solid pick. Followed up by Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Another good, solid pick.
Just to spite
Hopefully.
me.
I mean, it was strategy. It's a good pick.
Yeah,
I thought Nick would have had it already.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be your number 1 pick.
Yeah, I had to jump on it when he went 2 rounds without picking it. Wanderstop, which is an indie game that has a lot of buzz around it. Assassin's Creed Shadows, because in my heart of hearts, I really want that game to be good. And then Battle Vision Network, because the pedigree of the last game in that style was very well received. It just kind of flew under the radar in a lot of places. So if this gets in the hands of critics, I think they will see that majesty again. So I think that's just a strong little sleeper.
Also, at the Golden Globes, Shogun fucking swept all the awards. Folks still got Shogun fever.
That'll help.
I got Shogun fever.
Well, I
Nick.
picked Doom: The Dark Ages because basically, and I chose it as my very first game because I hadn't looked into a bunch of details on it, but when they said it's back to on the ground action and not all the vertical action they were doing, I was like, well, that's what everybody wanted from Doom Eternal that loved Doom 1. So now it's just more Doom 1, and that's good.
And Doom Eternal did really well.
It did really well. Just wasn't as beloved
I
as Doom
I liked
2016.
a lot more.
Then Split Fiction, that's the next game from It Takes Two devs. Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is that new IP from Kepler Interactive and a new studio. It looks like Fantasy Persona. I guess.
French Persona. That was my first impression.
French.
Sorry, France. There's no French people in the audience. What's the deal with that? We got so many people all over Europe, and none of them are French.
That's
French people, where you at?
Yes, shout out to France.
The Alters, because everybody that I've heard that has played the demo and previewed it all really liked it, and I think it's going to be a sleeper hit. And then Star Invaders, I think, will be one of the big indie hits of this year. As a Space Invaders roguelike deck building into the tactics breach thing.
A lot of words.
There's a lot of words.
I got my 3 lots of words in there.
And then my 5 games all confirmed to be releasing this year with concrete dates that will be revealed at a future occasion. Untitled Super Mario Brothers platformer for the untitled next generation of Nintendo hardware. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Grand Theft Auto 6. Hollow Knight Silk Song. And the follow-up to Ghosts of Tsushima, Ghosts of Yotai.
If those games come out
of there.
If those games drop though, Marty is sitting pretty.
Yeah, he's
the game's
pretty much
drop though.
Yeah, he pretty much has 90s across the board, probably. Maybe aside Death Stranding 2,
but there's just a good chance none of them come out. There's literally a chance none of these games come out. A healthy chance none of these.
It is possible. It is quite possible.
Okay, so we're around the bend. For my next one, I'm going to stick with indies. Also one that doesn't have a release date, but I feel good about this one because, again, it's the developer's predecessor came out in 2020. This is Sword of the Sea. This is from Giant Squid. This was a team that was an offshoot of that game company. So a lot of the leads on Journey left and formed Giant Squid. And their 2 games so far have been Abzu and The Pathless, both of which I fucking love.
Yeah, Pathless is really good.
And this game was shown off a couple of years ago at a showcase, and it looks sick as hell because it looks like Journey sand surfing, but you're doing it on a sword. Because every time I played Journey, I was like, why hasn't this dude just got a big blade? And finally, this is a game where they're like, here's Journeyman, and he has a large blade. I don't know. It looks like it has literal skateboarding in it. It looks like there's sandy half pipes, which sounds very exciting for me. So there you go.
All right.
Neat.
My next game is going to be Mafia: The Old Country.
Ooh, nice.
Because while Mafia 3 wasn't my cup of tea, everybody liked the story of it that made it through the gameplay. And Mafia: The Old Country is going back to a more linear format, which I think is only going to serve them well. And we already know Hangar 13 can write very, very well. So I think as long as they nail the gameplay, I think this is going to be a top game of the year.
Yeah, the trailer looked really cool at the Game Awards last whatever that was month.
All right,
Cool.
Casey, time to put Half-Life 3 on your list before Marty takes it.
Marty can have it.
Pick number 10.
All right, I'm gonna go for more of a middle of the road pick. In both whether it's going to come out and whether it's going to review well.
Okay.
I personally think that there's a good chance it'll drop this year. Like we might hear more about it next week at the Microsoft thing, but I'm talking about South of Midnight.
Yes, we're definitely hearing about it next week. That is
we're going to get more information. Hopefully, it's a date within this year. But if it does come out this year, I think it will review well, or I hope at least it'll review well, because like the premise looks amazing, the art style looks amazing. Gameplay wise, it doesn't like they're doing anything too crazy, but like as long as it's functional, like the rest of that package will definitely hook me and hopefully like a lot of other people.
Yeah, and a lot of the scuttlebutt has been it will get a release date and it's like first half of the year. So
nice.
All right, you're back up again, Casey.
Okay, so after that, this one, all right, this one's a little more iffy. Elden Ring Night Rain.
Okay, I was like, this is insane that we are 7 rounds into this and the FromSoft game has not been taken yet.
Because this might be the one that just doesn't do well with the critics. It might like just the perception of what FromSoft and a Souls-like game is from them. Like this might throw that all out the window, and a lot of folks may be very disappointed. Or they might just nail this friggin' roguelike multiplayer thing, and folks are like, oh, this is actually really, really fun. Like, it's who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it will come out though, at the very least. I think we will get.
Yeah, I think so too. There was I signed up for a open beta test for it in like a week or two. I don't know. I haven't got code yet for it. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where since 2011. Aside from that one Armored Core Connect game, which we don't need to talk about, every FromSoft game has scored super well. Just all of them. And so, yeah, maybe because this is such a departure, maybe it'll be the one that bucks that trend. But I don't know. No reason not to bet on them.
There's also the chance that even if folks aren't like gelling with it immediately, because it's FromSoft and because of the history of like the Souls franchise, especially like Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1, they might give it more of a chance and be like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I don't get what FromSoft is trying to do here yet. And then they get indoctrinated and then give it a good score anyway.
Yeah. No, and we say all the time that like we want AAA developers and publishers to like take the money you make from your big old games and do something kind of more experimental. And this feels, even though it's just clearly like reusing a shit ton of assets from not only Elden Ring, but FromSoft history, the multiplayer focus is, and sort of the dropping in with what you have, like is that's a cool risk, I think. So I'm glad they're taking it. Even though it's not super for me, but I think it's cool anyways.
I encourage it because we want the bigger devs to be able to reuse their stuff and save money with these kind of smaller scoped projects, right? So
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So my next game is one that I'm personally very much looking forward to. When they finally revealed it and all the details on it, it immediately hooked me. Hell is Us.
Ooh, yes.
It's a new action-adventure game that's very much focused on having pretty much no guidance for the player. No map, no waypoints. They want you to they're spending a lot of time building out the world and want you to explore every inch of it, which is something I loved about Elden Ring, and this game is taking a lot of inspiration from how they designed their world for their game.
Nice.
So there's a couple trailers, not a ton of details on it yet, but I think the footage they released was like 20 minutes long, and it just looked really good. I just immediately went up to the top of my radar.
Hell yeah. Okay, I got 2 picks coming up.
You do.
You know what? I'm gonna pick a game that has a release date.
Whoa!
I'm gonna fucking
Shocker!
do it. If I was smart, there is a game that has a release date that I'm sure is going to review very well. It is not a Marty game though, so I gotta go with a game.
Well, I mean, you're a
Marty.
publisher. You got to diversify your portfolio, right?
That's
Yeah.
true, but we do have a sign that says we contain the rights to be able to kick people out.
Yeah.
And if you're doing too much clicking on your PC, that's getting kicked out.
No PC games allowed.
You know what people love? Pirates. You know what else people love? The coups. I'm going with Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
It's crazy that
I
this
thought you
isn't
said
a
this
Marty game.
wasn't a Marty game.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What do you
No,
mean
no,
this
no.
isn't a Marty game?
No. There is a game that has a release date in February that I know will be getting 9s and 10s, but it's just not a Marty game. This
Is this that game?
No, this is a Marty
okay.
game.
Okay.
This is-
I'm
this
not
is-
picking this
Right,
one.
okay.
I think will score in the 8s.
Oh wait, so you're not picking this?
I am picking this.
Oh, okay.
But he has 2 picks, but you were talking about the other pick before you mentioned
yeah,
this
well,
one.
I was.
So
that's what I was
You're
saying.
confusing and you're
Chat
weird.
knows what's going. No, chat knows what's going on. You guys are just being blowy joeys. Like a Dragon, Pirate
Sip, sip.
Yakuza in Hawaii. It's got Samoa Joe, the famous
Yeah.
wrestler, who
Sure does.
he also starred in. I believe last year's he played King Shark in the Suicide Squad game. Was also no, he voiced King Shark in. No, none of those are real. Never mind. Throw it all.
Wasn't he?
He was
Tooth?
Sweet Tooth's body.
Yeah,
Will Arnett was
Sweet
his
Tooth's
mouth.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. Will Arnett was his mouth. I'm excited for this one. This comes out in February. I'm gonna pirate the shit out of that game. Not pirate it like steal it. I'm just gonna be a pirate in the game.
They encourage it.
Yeah. Sega, if you heard me, I'm not gonna pirate it. Please just send me a code. But it's been too long. Now I gotta get back on this game might not come out this year. Although I do think it will. This has a better chance of the rest of my games. Mr. Kojima, are you here? Because someone is taking your magnum opus and remaking it. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. We're getting back. We didn't talk about whether we could do remakes and remasters in this draft.
It's in the rules that we can.
Yeah.
I assume
Someone
that
says
also means DLC.
Yeah, if it's like a thing that's going to get reviewed.
Probably.
You know?
yeah.
Like-
No, DLC is excluded from our draft rules.
Oh.
No.
No, I need it. I need it. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Little worried just because the Virtuous, the studio behind it, we don't know a ton about. However, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling it that like we've had a couple big high profile remakes that have done really well. The Dead Space remake, obviously Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2, and then Silent Hill was a banger last year. So I'm hoping the bangers continue. One of my favorite games of all time. Yeah,
Great game. Yeah.
there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna take a slightly boring option, but I think they learned their lessons from the previous game, Borderlands 4.
Ooh, that's good. Could this almost feels like Assassin's Creed? Is this going to be a return to form?
Yeah.
Yes, they talked a lot on social media about the writing being better already, because the writing was the worst part of 3. So I'm pretty confident 4 is going to be a massive hit.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because the gameplay loop has always been good about Borderlands. It was just the story of 3 after having Handsome Jack and 2 was a real letdown. So
Yeah.
if they get the story back and the fun characters, then I think it's an easy win.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Darwin's Dummy says Borderlands 4 is a norm to pick. Boo. Look, all my games, I'm the only one doing very risky options of games that are actually releasing this year.
Oh, I was gonna be.
Yeah, I feel like
I thought you were.
Yeah.
My
I
stuff
was
is
like, oh
relatively
no,
safe.
my games when they come out are gonna be.
Aside
bangers.
from, yeah, I only have three games on my list that are part of franchises.
I didn't think that was boring at all. I think it was a great pick.
Yeah.
Turns out Darwin is the dummy. Think about that. Think about that. About the Charles Darwin. KC,
Or Casey.
you got a
All
two
right.
spot.
All right. So, again, maybe this could be considered safe, but we know literally nothing about it at this time. But I want to draft the unannounced Mario Kart that should be coming
that was gonna be my
to
number
the
10
Switch
pick.
too.
Oh, shit. So the rumors have been that this is going to be the Switch 2 launch, the big launch game.
It
And
would
that
be smart.
Mario
It
is
would be
gonna
a
come in
smart
the
play.
fall. Yeah. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one of the best-selling, most revered games of all time. What are they? How do they top it? We're going to see. I'm excited for that one. That's one they might even show that one if the console gets revealed tomorrow and there's a game plan on it. It could be that game. Who
I mean,
knows?
hopefully, because then I would win. Is it still on me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, Dune Awakening.
I was
Ooh.
thinking about putting that on my list, but
Okay.
I don't know how it's going to review.
Yeah, I'm shaky on it. It's not my sort of thing. It's like a survival craft 'em up, right?
Yeah.
But it's based on it's a big franchise. There are folks who are looking forward to it. Like it looks good. Like it looks much better than it has any right to look for a franchise tie-in type thing. So it might be a surprise hit. But I feel like I have enough safe bets that if this is like middling, I'm not doing too much damage to my prospects.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look at that big worm.
Big old sandworm.
Such a big worm. A shy halud.
I am going to take the game that I think is going to surprise people. Avowed.
Ooh, look
Okay.
at that.
I think it's going to score in the 80s, but I think the narrative is going to be quite good because it's Obsidian and I trust them to write a good story.
Yeah, I wonder what did the Outer Worlds Metacritic?
It was like in the
Probably
high
around
70s.
80.
Yeah.
85 on Metacritic.
85. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not bad.
There you go.
Not bad at all.
And yes, Jumbly Wumbly, I did pick it just because it has probably the coolest cover art of the year, without a doubt.
Really cool cover art. Yes, agreed. Okay, these are my last two picks, and then I can go to bed. Right?
Well, you
Just
got
go to
4
sleep.
picks.
Wait, no, I have 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 2 more picks.
There's 12 games to pick. You have 4 slots.
Oh, I thought we were only doing 10 rounds. Well,
Oh,
fuck.
wow.
I'll keep going. There's no stopping. Okay. Also does not have a date, but this is one that I think we are going to see next month at the end of the month, and that will be dated for later this year because we did not get a mainline game last year, which is surprising, and that is Pokemon Legends ZA. Z-A, Z-A, ZA. Maybe just a pizza-based game.
Pokemon Legends Pizza.
Pokemon Legends Pizza. This game was revealed last year, the follow-up to Pokemon Legends Arceus. We have not seen it since then. However, there's a Pokemon presentation every February, so there's a very good chance they're going to be showing that off. I feel like this is going to be one of those games. They've still said it's announced for the Switch proper, but this will probably be on both, considering that. So I hope I think Legends Arceus surprised a lot of people. A lot of people really liked it. So I'm hoping they're building upon that and doing something cool with it, and that it's not a garbage Pokemon game. But hey, even if it's a garbage Pokemon game, I'm still gonna get good reviews, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, all of them tend to do that.
It doesn't matter. And then my next pick, I do want to go back to the indie zone with a game I am very much looking forward to. This is a follow-up to Shovel Knight by Yacht Club Games. This is not the 3D Shovel Knight game that they're rumored to be working on. This is Mina the Hollower, a smaller game that very much feels like it is their melding of 2D top-down Zelda, most specifically like Link's Awakening, with a little bit of Castlevania. And you play like a mouse that can dig, or a mole, or some sort of a weird little animal. And you're doing a lot of digging, you're doing a lot of exploring. It just looks delightful. So I'm excited for this one. Yeah. Mina the Hollower.
All right.
Yeah, I've never heard that at all.
Yeah. So
actually, no, we played this at PAX.
Get the fuck out of here. You didn't tell me? You played
Jesse and I checked this out.
Whoops.
It could have been you. Could have been you.
I completely forgot the name of this game. That's wild.
So yeah, those are my 2 picks. Pokemon.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna take a game that you probably haven't heard of yet, but I think everything about it screams quality that I've seen. It's called Lost Helden by Artisan Studios. It's a 3D hand-painted JRPG, and the art style looks incredible. and it just looks like one of those games that is going to be an indie hit when it does release.
This looks kind of like Final Fantasy art.
A little bit.
This looks cool. I mean, I haven't even heard of this game. Lost Hell Den. Like a den in hell.
Yeah, like what even? It's a JRPG? Like turn-based combat?
Eric's showing it on screen right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking it up on my own.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a whole lot known about it, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep, that looks neat."
David Jackson said, "Casey, you were playing as a little rat boy, and you didn't tell Marty."
It's possible I'm mixing that game up with something else, though.
It's a bunch of rat games. People love making rat games.
Hella rat games.
Yeah, and yes, Ellie Berry, Nick is a big Avs fan.
No, Red Wings fan. See, real fan. All right, Casey.
Okay. Speaking of games, I tried at PAX. Homura Hime. That's gonna be hard to spell. Homura. I can't even remember the booth that this was at. But yeah, it was a third-person action slash 'em up. Had a really fun demo.
This was at the Playside booth.
Playside. Okay, they actually like that developer actually had a couple of like really cool kind of smaller scale games.
These are the Blade Chimera people. This is me trying email. This is me trying to email a company that doesn't exist. It's very difficult.
No, we need a connection with those guys because they make a lot of cool stuff.
Sorry, Playism.
Yeah. But yeah, like I got hands on at PAX and had a really fun time in the short time I had with it.
This looks cool as hell.
Yeah, so if it comes out, I think it'll review. I think people will dig it.
Yeah, it was like anime Sakura almost. Looks like bullet hell.
It's like Returnal and
as you said that,
like Returnal and Ninja Gaiden mixed together or something.
Hell yeah, very cool.
I'm trying to add this one. I don't think it's on.
Is it not in list?
I think you can like brute force a game.
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Try that.
And you get back-to-back picks.
Okay, so I don't know. Like this one is I don't know if this is coming out this year.
That isn't pick it.
It's indie. I mean, it's estimated, right? Like that. Most of the stuff.
None of my picks are coming out this year.
But I think I want to go with Skate Story.
Nice. No, I think that's definitely coming out this year.
You think that's
supposed to come out last year, and then they said they delayed it. But I think it's like, I think we're getting in the first half of this year.
Yeah, because this is like mostly like a one-man joint, right? Or is this?
Yeah.
So like, if you delay this, like he could get hit by a bus and it just never comes out.
He was get hit by a bus. I guess that's how that works.
I think this will be really cool, and I think it will review well when it drops because it's full of style. The concept is like dope as hell. Like, it's probably a small experience, but it's probably like a really impactful one, is my guess.
Yeah, chat. You should watch the trailer for Skate Story because it also just has such a good soundtrack to it. Like the trailers,
it introduced me to that group, Blood Cultures.
Blood Cultures, yeah, I love that. Cool, Nick.
Yeah, I gotta think a little bit here. I'm saving one, but I almost want to pick it now in case one of you try to steal it from me.
I would be the only one to steal it because
you probably would.
I still have one more pick for a counter pick, right?
Yeah.
You do have one more pick, but it won't be before.
Well, I'm gonna take the big risk just to be a little bit like Marty, and I'm gonna pick Fable.
Ooh, big ol' risk.
I think it comes out before the end of the year.
So your risk is more that you don't think it'll come out, or your risk is you're not sure if it's good.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna come out this year.
Yeah, agreed. That's a cool pick. I'm looking forward to that, and also the developer playground, like the Forza Horizon games.
Haven't missed yet. Yeah,
haven't missed. Great. This is my two final picks. Man, all the games I want to choose. There's just a good chance they don't come out this year. There's a good chance. This is the saddest draft of all time. But you gotta have faith. And with my first pick, I am picking Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a risky one.
Wow.
This is the game by Skydance New Media. This is Amy Hennig, the creator of Uncharted's new team. This is a game that they've really only shown off in sort of small snippets, but it is a single player cinematic 3D action adventure game that is set, as you can tell by the title, of during World War II, and you play as both Captain America and T'Challa's father or grandfather, whoever the Black Panther is at that time. And what they've shown looks sick as hell.
Yeah, have they shown any actual gameplay?
Nope.
Like it's just been kind of like cinematics and stuff, right?
Just one cinematic.
Well, what a cinematic it is.
I mean, it's a really good cinematic.
It's a real good
I will
cinematic.
be honest, it's a really good cinematic.
It's a real good cinematic. I think this game's going to come out. I think this game's going to come out this year. Wikipedia says scheduled to release in 2025, and that's legally binding.
Yeah, Wikipedia is the most.
They could take Wikipedia to court.
Let me go update that to 2026 while you're not looking.
Oh no! And then for my last game, something that I do have a little more faith will come out this year, and that I do think will review very well because it's been in early access for a while, and because their other games have all reviewed well. Hades 2.
I think that's a safe pick.
That's a safe pick.
I think that's a very safe pick. So I think Hades 2 will leave early access, and judging on how Hades 1 won a bunch of Game of the Year awards, and how everything from Pyre to Transistor to Bastion all did extremely well, I think this one's a shoo-in, assuming it comes out this year, which I think it will, because it's been in early access for like 6 months. So there you go.
Ooh. Sorry, Marty. Early access games are banned from our league.
Ooh.
I can override it, but I need a vote. I need KC vote.
I'm fine with no. I'm fine with choosing another game.
I don't know if I feel strongly one way or the other.
No.
What if we put it up to the community? I'll put it.
Yeah, let the people decide.
Let the people decide.
I got another game that probably won't come out this year that I think would be pretty good.
All right, Hades 2 eligible. Poll is up. Let's see what they say. You have 20 seconds to vote.
Oh my god, that's how real elections should go.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. You can vote from your phone, but you only have a 20-second window to do it. It's like getting tickets to a concert or like new shoe drop or something.
So far,
so the bots just take it over.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a yes, Marty. You can have it.
Mazel tov. How do I get this thing to go away? Close ball. It's gone. Hades 2. Excellent. Nick, what is your final game?
Let's see where this went. There it goes. Okay. My final game. That's I gotta look there. Look at my list here.
I can't believe Noah's taking the game that's probably gonna get 9.5 in like.
Yeah, Civ. Yeah, it's too easy. Boy, I want to take a risk on a game that I just think it's gonna do really well review score wise because it's so unique. Let me make sure I go through my list here real quick before I settle on it. Fuck it. I'm gonna risk it all on this game because I think it's gonna be a little bit of a indie beloved game of the year.
Can I tell you what I think you're gonna choose?
Yes.
Blueprints.
No. Fuck. I should have put that.
What is that?
About a blueprint.
Now I won't know. Now I don't know. I was so confident. Now I'm not.
The title's a goof because it is about blueprints, but the title's Blueprints.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take it. Cairn.
Okay.
Climbing game. Something about that just screams indie art game that's gonna do really good.
All right.
Yeah,
we're all in support of Jusant likes.
Of just Helix, yeah. Also, like a cairn is just a big old man-made pile of stones that I just found out. Also, kind of dog. Because I kind of tried to Google this game, and I'm finding out all sorts of other cairns that are going on. Yeah, it
Also,
looks like
I
it really takes the act of climbing and really like puts it through the mechanical ringer as opposed to Jasant, which was not more
Yeah.
arcadey, but a bit simpler.
Yeah,
Definitely simpler. Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of Yahtzee's top 5 games of the year.
Yeah.
Something tells me it's going to be there.
Boy likes climbing.
He does like climbing,
Boy likes climbing.
man. But yeah, if I didn't pick Hell, I didn't think about Blueprints. I would have probably picked that over Lost Helden, because I don't think maybe Lost Helden doesn't come out this year.
Yeah, you can change. I think at the end, everyone could change a pick.
Yeah, how can you explain how that works again? Like at some point in the future, we're able to do some.
I'll have to read the how to play
I
again.
believe you can drop things, and then there's like every week there's almost like an auction to where we get a certain amount of money for the season, and you can try to bid on something new. So you can like drop something and try to add something. I don't know. We're figuring this out.
I didn't know we had money to spend.
It's not real. You can't just pocket the money.
All right, KC.
All right, so yeah, I'm on my last game. I don't feel super strongly about anything else left on my list that I had drafted beforehand. So I'm looking through the list on here, and I think we can do remasters. You said right?
Remasters are not eligible. No,
they're not eligible. Didn't Marty put Metal Gear Solid
Marty's
4?
is a remake. That's a
remake. Oh, okay.
Yeah, remasters are not eligible.
All right, dang. All right.
These games already have review scores, you cheater.
But I mean, like,
yeah,
you can do like on my list was
new
stuff like the Lunar collection. I couldn't have picked the Lunar collection.
All right, fine. All right, so that's gonna force me to go to go even wilder. Then, all right, I was gonna pick the Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remaster.
Fucking skip them and go to the next one.
Now you're gonna pick 4.
Now I think I'm gonna go for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Beautiful.
Which I personally don't have any faith in that coming out this year. But if it does,
they said
it does.
They said.
I think it'll be a Switch. I think it'll be a close to a launch title for Switch 2.
Beyond launch
supposedly,
title?
I think so.
Supposedly a cross-gen-y.
I think so.
If this is cross-gen, that's disappointing. They need to get away from the last gen.
Well, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was a cross-gen.
That and Mario Kart will be the 2 launch titles with the 3D Mario this winter.
I mean, for my sake, I hope so.
And Pokemon.
Yeah, that wraps up my list.
All right, Marty, your final pick.
I mean, I don't have any more picks. Are we talking about like my anti-pick?
Yeah, your counter pick.
Oh, you get the counter pick now.
My counter pick.
And re-explain for the audience that's here late what this is.
Sure. So a counter pick, each of us gets one counter pick. And so we look at the other people's lists. I'm looking at Casey's list and Nick's list. And I want to choose one game that I think will not perform well. I want to choose a game that I do not think will score well or that will
never release,
not come out.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all picks I really like or games I'm just not familiar with, and I don't want to counter pick something I'm not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
So my counter pick. Listen, I got to go big because I've been saying that it feels like it's happening soon, and I feel like the pendulum is going to swing, and so I am going to pick Elden Ring Night Rain as my
okay.
Not because I want it to fail. But because I keep saying it comes for the best of us, is the pendulum swings for the best of us.
Just
and so
the law of averages.
You know, eventually it came for CD Projekt, eventually it came for BioWare. I'm not saying FromSoft's going to have the sort of baggage that comes with those. I could just see this. Maybe there's a lot of people who play Souls-likes who just don't play multiplayer games, and so these outlets are going to give the review to someone who's expecting something that's more of a traditional Souls-like and be upset that it's not. So I would love to be wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not to pick on KC,
but it sounds like you're about to.
But I'm about to pick on KC. I think Skate Story is that indie game that is going to be this year's the Plucky Squire, where it looks really cool in trailers, but then it just doesn't really pan out.
Okay.
I can see that.
All right.
You should apologize.
All right, Casey, your turn.
Okay. Looking at both you guys' lists, like I feel like it'd be really easy to just say Silk Song from Marty, but honestly, I hate the idea of rooting against that game releasing.
And the thing is, so the counter of that is if you counterpick something and it comes out and is a banger, you get a bunch of negative points.
Oh wow, okay.
So like that is like if Night Rain comes out and it's beloved, that's that's not just like, ooh, I got egg on my face. It's that like really hurt.
That hurts you, right? Okay, because it is almost without question. Once that game does release, it's gonna do gangbusters. And it's been so long, like it's got to release at some point, right? Like I don't know. I'm gonna hold out hope that it does release, maybe 2025. Who knows? I'm not gonna bet against it though. I feel like that's bad karma. What I will say though is I feel differently about Hell Is Us. Like that game looks very shiny to the point where I'm worried that there isn't enough under the hood.
Sure.
So like it'll probably have a good impression, like some of these trailers will come out and do, but like it is. We've seen it be difficult for others to basically copy this sort of Souls-like formula. Like, of course, we've had the outliers like
it's not a Souls-like. They've been very explicit about that. It's not a Souls-like.
I mean, okay, well, that also kind of like you're saying that they're not helping their case, saying that they're moving away from the thing that is really good, and people are finally just now starting to perfect. Or they're trying to do like another side thing that's adjacent to it. That's that's more doubt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's going to be my counter pick. Hell Is Us. I don't know if that's going to be as well received as we're thinking.
All right.
I like it.
Draft is complete. From here, you can make bids for games that were not drafted. However, you may want to hold on to your available budget until later in the year.
Is there a way I can get Hades 2 out of here? Because I just saw the chat. I didn't realize it already has reviews. Like it already has an Open Critic score. I personally feel like that's a cheat.
I should be able to edit you. Yes.
Is anyone fine with that? That is not. I think Hades 2 is going to do very well, but I just in the spirit of the game, I would rather have a game that is real fresh.
That's fair.
Eric, no, I never have the call chat open. I never have the call chat open.
Yeah, that it takes up a significant amount of screen space. It takes up too much. Yeah,
too much real estate. Because I got to look at the boys, and can't be doing things if I don't look at the boys.
And add publisher game. Okay, so you have your final choice now.
Bonus final pick. I want to keep it in the indie zone.
Okay.
We name the dog indie. And I'm going to keep it with something that I think has a very good chance of coming out this year. It has a 2025 on it. And it's a game that we released a little short on. It's called Baby Steps. Baby Steps is the new walk 'em up from Bennett Foddy and Company, the creator of Clop and Bennett Foddy Getting Over It, Getting Up, Getting Under It, whatever that game was called. And then this is it's a game where you're just a big piece of shit who's like in a dream and a nightmare and he doesn't know how to walk, and you just got to get your walk on. You got to absolutely get your walk on. So I'm excited for this one. Baby Steps.
I wanted to add that to my list. I just don't think it's going to score super high on Metacritic.
I think the baby boys are going to like it.
What's his previous game scored? And I know they're. Does
anyone review those games?
That's what I mean.
Those aren't even games you review. Those are just like goof games.
Yeah, this at least looks like a thing that would warrant a review. The other one looked kind of more like the Getting Over It looked a lot like just like a Flash thing that you play on like the Pizza Hut website.
Yeah. And chat rightfully is calling out, it is insane none of us drafted Civilization 7.
I think
it's boring. Knew it was gonna
Hard
be
games doesn't
easy.
do boring.
Yeah.
Hard games don't do boring. Marty only drafts. Listen, the Genki Boys only draft games that the Genki Boys want to play, and the Genki Boys don't want to play. Nick, you of all people should have drafted Civ 7.
Why?
I don't know, because you like clicking games. You're a man of the people.
I've never stuck with the Civ game.
Yeah.
No, I like my list is like really risky with a lot of unknown IP.
Yeah.
That's what I will say.
Yeah.
Because like the Altars, Hell is Us, and Clair Obscure could definitely screw me.
Yeah. Yeah, Civ 7's the big thing that currently has a date that wasn't drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple January games, but we're kind of deep into January, so we didn't want to.
Yeah, I think KC's got the safest list. Just from he picked
Those are probably coming out.
Yeah, well, he picked Wilds, Deliverance 2, and Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I think are all going to do pretty good.
Yeah.
The ones I'm most confident in my list are really just Doom and Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
And then you'll be lucky if half of those release this year.
Half of these releases here, we got a good year going on.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, if half of what Marty releases, all of his are like 10s.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jerthal said Marty will win 2026.
Yeah,
Playing the long con.
Our draft will just be.
Listen,
yeah, I guess you're in trouble.
You tank a year so that you get the first draft pick, and then next year bring all my boys over, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, you're in trouble if these don't release this year, because then we'll be able to just draft them next year.
No, my games.
You picked a great list for 2026 for us to pick and choose from.
Yeah. So yeah, this was our first draft. We'll be obviously giving updates when reviews come out, when things like that. Like, a lot of these, there's a handful of February games, so maybe at the end of February or beginning of March or something, we'll check back in and give y'all scores. And we're also thinking about, like, I don't know, maybe like doing a community one of these. Like maybe Eric can put together one in like the Discord for patrons. Putting one of these, getting a bunch more teams. Maybe instead of doing 12 picks, have it like down to 5 or 6 picks, but with more teams and everything. So, but yeah, we'll look into that. This is our draft. This was fun. Do we want to just to close out the show? Do we want to? Have we been playing anything? Do we want to chat about anything we've been playing?
Yeah, I can
What do you?
I can talk about. So I finally the preview impressions we can talk about for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because I haven't even made it to the first 10 hours yet. So I finally started Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 last night. We finally got code for it. And I know a lot of people are like really wondering about the combat and stuff like that. So first of all, I'll say, like, if you liked Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, from the preview alone, you are going to enjoy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because it's basically everything you like about 1, but polished up and made a lot better. Just from the first few hours I played. But when you do jump into it, just be prepared for a very long and slow opening. A lot happens, but there is a lot of tutorial to get through, and it's all integrated into the game and story, so it's not like read all these menus, blah blah blah. But it's definitely, like, I think I played for like 2 hours last night before I really got to the credits. But the writing, the cinematics, visuals, everything is a step up. And then, as I said, the combat, which was a big from the first game, much easier to pick up in 2. So
first-person combat's tough to do. First-person melee combat, tough to do.
Yeah. So you still have like the directional combat that you do, but they've moved it down to 4 angles instead of 5. So you used to have like a star, and 2 of the angles would be diagonal down to the bottom, which were kind of like really janky. Now there's just 1 at the bottom and then 3 at the top. And so it plays almost like Chivalry 2 if you played that. And countering and riposte and everything is a lot easier to pull off.
Nice.
So they get that out of the way right in the beginning. But yeah, like it's so far, and I haven't gotten that far into it, but so far it feels like one of those sequels that you love to get, where the first game is okay, and then the second game improves everything that you wanted.
Blows it out the water. Yeah.
Yeah, first game's a foundation. Yeah.
And obviously I have a very powerful PC, but so far it's running extremely smooth.
All right, no need to brag.
Yeah.
My PC screams at me when I do anything now.
It's
Thanks for
getting up there, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is only on PC, or this gets
No,
console
it's
release
everything. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
everything besides Switch. Because
Wow.
it is on CryEngine. The Switch does not like CryEngine.
Apparently doesn't like that whatever engine the Donkey Kong remix on, because apparently
no.
it looks like shit compared to the other version.
Uh,
How do you
and
fuck
then
up a game that already looked fine? What are you doing?
the
Looks like some folks are asking, do you need to play Kingdom
First one
Come first?
you
first one
don't.
first.
No, you don't. It kind of it fills you in on the story organically in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I would at least go watch like a story recap on YouTube if you don't want to play the original Kingdom Come. But yeah, they did write this in a way that you can jump into it and having not played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1.
Are they going to retroactively change the name of the first one to Kingdom Came?
Kingdom came first? No.
Yeah. I'm calling this one Kingdom is Coming until it's out.
Oh no.
Anything else?
Yeah, pretty much I spent all weekend playing Path of Exile 2. And I am adoring it. It's just the best feeling ARPG I've ever played. Like, combat is just consistently fun. I'm probably not doing my builds right. I don't know, but I got a pretty high DPS on my ice attacks, so I think I'm doing okay. I'm getting pretty close to finishing up the campaign, and I'm probably going to hold off on end game stuff because there's the first 3 acts of the campaign right now, but they're still working on acts 4, 5, and 6. And then obviously because it's in early access, the end game is going to change a lot. So once I finish up this 3rd act, I'll put it on pause and then come back to it when they're done.
Yeah.
But damn, I love it.
That's great. Do you think that'll hit 1.0 this year?
I don't know. I mean, there is, even just those first 3 acts, there is so much content in this game already. It's
I mean, actually, they're supposed to be.
Yeah. It's too many acts.
They're
3 acts. How do you have 6 acts?
That's there'll be 4, acts 4, 5, and 6. So right now, like, what happens is you play through the first 3 acts, and then they basically rerun you through the first 3 acts again, but at a higher difficulty, so you can be a high enough level to participate in the end game. So I don't want to run through the first 3 acts again. Just want to wait until the rest of it's out. Can't say I really care about the story too much because I never do in ARPGs. Diablo's story was okay, but in this one, I love just running through the maps and destroying everything. It's great.
Does Diablo 4 run good on Steam Deck?
I don't remember. I don't think I ever got a chance to play it on my Steam Deck before I got the Legion Go.
Do we have any account?
We do.
Okay. I just want to try out of curiosity. I've just been really like my Steam Deck, and so I want to see if it runs on there.
Have you ever played it? You did the Diablo 3 review on IGN, right?
No. Jesus.
No.
God, no.
Diablo 3?
Oh, no. No.
You just never tried an ARPG?
No.
I played Diablo 1, 2, and 3. I've just never played 4. And I like what Diablo 1, 2, and 3. I just didn't play 4. So
I would, give Path of Exile 2. Give that a try. I think you'll like it even more.
There you go.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
That's what I've been up to.
Cool. Casey?
Yeah, I haven't been able to sit down and like play anything new. I've still been kind of picking at Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Same. I'm in the Himalayas.
I'm still in the Vatican City, but I am having a good time in there. It's a good feeling adventure.
Yeah.
But I go so long between like the sessions where I sit down and play it, I forget how to do all the fighting stuff. So I'm finding myself kind of avoiding the fights because like I'll get in there and be like, oh, let me just try to get to the next mission, and then like there's like a bunch of like fascist guards around. I'm like, let me tiptoe around them. When normally I would try to go in there and do a bunch of whip action.
Yeah.
But it's going okay. I'm digging. I'm not like way into it, but like I'm liking it. But outside of that, been watching like real random stuff. Like I went back to the Cobra Kai Netflix series, because the trailer dropped for the new Karate Kid movie that's basically mixing the old universe and like the new reboot universe together. and that just got me irrationally excited. So I was like, I need to catch up on everything before this movie comes out because I want to see this movie.
Yeah, because it's like Ralph Macchio and Jackie
Ralph
Chan,
Macchio,
right?
Jackie Chan. The kid who was the lead in Natural Born Chinese, which was on Disney Plus with like Michelle Yeoh and a bunch of other Everything Everywhere at Once actors, all stuffed in it. That show was okay, but that lead kid is the new Karate Kid in this upcoming movie. So
is Will Smith
just got a lot of faces I like.
Is Will Smith's kid in it?
I've not seen him. I'm willing to bet he will show up.
Is Hilary Swank? She was a Karate Kid in one of the sequels,
right? She was.
Yeah,
she had. I'm in the middle of season 5 right now. Hilary Swank hasn't shown up in Cobra Kai as far as I'm aware.
Somewhere. She's got pop up.
But yeah, because there's still one more season that's coming.
Yeah, that's right.
So before it's done, she's got to show up.
You got to get everyone.
Everybody and their mama shows up in
portals.
That goddamn.
Y'all come out of karate portals.
It's like just like the end of Avengers.
Just a bunch of people breaking blocks of wood.
But yeah, I'm having a good time going through. Like that show was really dumb, but like it balances it with like the little heartfelt family moments. Like it clicked in my head because my fiance is kind of hating it as we're watching it. She's like, "This is so stupid. How can you watch it? It's so stupid." I'm like, "It's like the old like TGIF sitcoms. It's like Family Matters. Like Urkel turned into
Stefan Urkel.
He turned into Stefan Urkel. He turned into Bruce Lee and fought a bunch of thugs in a park. Like that's exactly what Cobra Kai is, and we loved it as a kid. Like just reattach to your inner child.
He turned into Bruce Lee.
Yes, he turned him. This was like the second time, but he turned to Bruce Lee, and two of his two young kids also turned into little Bruce Lees, and all three of them fought a bunch of thugs in the park. And one of those thugs in the park was Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger from Power Rangers. I didn't realize that until I went back and rewatched that clip.
Oh, he would have whooped Urkel's ass.
He would have, but
he would have absolutely.
Jilla White kicked him through a shed. So
you should have pulled out that flute, played it, and had his big dragon friend come.
But yeah, outside of that, I'm watching like random movies. I was trying to catch up on like a bunch of Donnie Yen stuff that I hadn't seen. Like I watched Kung Fu Killer, which is a pretty good like martial arts thriller where Donnie Yen doesn't really fight much of the time. But like all the other characters were in it, and there's like a lot of cameos from just other like old school and like more present day kung fu movie action stars. Like there's just cameos all over the place. Like the whole thing is just this homage to kung fu cinema, because like there's the main bad guy who's like challenging all of these masters of different arts in their style, and so like you're seeing a bunch of fights in different styles based on like hand-based combat, kick-based combat, weapons combat, like grappling. Like it's really, really cool. Like really good fight choreography in it. Great martial arts movie. Plot, of course, as usual, kind of a little wonky, but it gets the job done to get you to all the fights. So that was a good time. I was forced to watch a movie with no sound because I was in the gym and my fiance's headphones died, and so she stole mine because it was crucial for her workout to hear what she was doing. So I was like, all right, fine, go ahead.
Did you watch
so I stayed on the treadmill.
That one doesn't need sound.
No, I should have, now that you mentioned that. But no, I was looking at this joint called Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. And it caught my attention because one, the title is insane, but two, it has a 77-minute one shot of the main character they follow, basically fighting off 300 or 400 soldiers. And so I didn't get to finish it because like my workout ended before it was done, but it's not great. Like it's like I get what they were going for, but the fight choreography for him taking on everybody is so uninteresting. Like it's just, and it's like a lot of the same thing over and over. Like they repeat a lot of the choreography, I guess, to get through the fact that like we are doing all this in a single shot. Like, so that's the impressive part, is that they're like kind of taking this fight through this whole area with like this large group of people continuously surrounding him. Like he'll clear out a big group and then other folks will pop out of nowhere or whatever. Like it feels exhausting to watch. And like you can tell that the actor himself is like quite like he gets like breaks in the middle of the fights. Like he'll like go inside a house and like grab some random person's water and drink it and then rest. and like he'll like say a word or like scream or whatever, and clearly that's the cue for whoever's
Yeah.
waiting around to like come in and resume because he's like dead tired.
Imagine 55 minutes someone fucks up.
Right?
Oh,
like I kept
yeah, how many
that's-
times do they do that?
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
stays in the back of my head. Like, how many times did he have to try and do this from the beginning because someone messed up? But it's a really neat concept. But like, yeah, it's not like super entertaining. But I think I will go back and finish it, especially if I have to watch
little
it
bit
with
of
no
sound-
sound
Get
again.
a little bit of sound in there.
But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I've been kind of randomly poking at it a bunch. Oh, actually, no, I should mention I finished Invincible Fight Girl.
Oh, nice.
The new Adult Swim series. And it's phenomenal. Like I was liking it, but like later on, like it starts to get a little deeper in terms of like characterization and like the plot. Like what Cartoon Network style series tend to do very, very well, and which is spread through a lot of other cartoons, is like, hey, here's a bright, cheery plot or fun, plucky characters who now got to deal with some real shit. And like this is doing that formula very well. Like there's some like hard truths that this main character is being subjected to, and then like nice hinting at more of them to come in the future. Like it's a really, really strong first season. Only like 10 episodes. So like not a huge commitment either, because I think they're like 30 minutes each.
Nice.
But great fights too. Like it's really, really well animated. Big fan.
Is that getting another stream?
I
Or
don't
another
know.
series?
I don't know. I've not heard anything yet about a second season.
Nice.
I hope so, because I think it's phenomenal.
That's a Cartoon Network joint, right?
Yes.
Zaz Lab.
Adult Swim
fucking
technically.
Max now.
You're fucking hands off at Zaz.
Yeah, it's on Max. You can watch it on Max.
Nice. A couple super chats that came in throughout the stream. Thank you so much to everyone. True Mando with a $2 dono. Every minute the stream is late, 1 more minute of the Avalanche hat. So you got to wear 10 more minutes of the Avalanche hat. Nick just made a fart noise for anyone who's listening at home. Fungus Finder with a $2 dono. Marty, clean your damn PC and fix your damn closet. Fungus Finder, you're not my congressman. You can't tell me what to do.
Not yet.
What's up? Not yet. You don't even live here.
Not yet.
What's up with the $2 dono? Thank you so much. Here to admonish Marty for his Mr. Bean opinions. I was the only one brave enough to say that I don't fucking get Mr. Bean and I don't get Wallace and Gromit. And everyone's out here just trying to fucking pretend that they're all fancy.
Mr. Bean is hilarious.
I don't get it. What is it?
I'm Wallace and Gromit. I understand it's just a thing to watch. Like I don't know if I'm being entertained while I watch it, but Mr. Bean is funny.
I don't like him. I think he's a chauvinist. And then S6 with 10 Australian dollars. Thank you so much. The fact that Second Wind believes that there are games releasing in 2025 rather than the world becoming in a hellscape apocalypse, y'all make me so happy. Keep on the positivity because the bar is that low.
Jesus.
Why do you think we play video games? We can just look at the TV screen all day and not outside.
Some modicum of escapism. And then King Dead with a $5 dono. What is Marty's opinion on the Power Wash Sim Wallace and Gromit crossover? Days after I went on that rant, Power Wash Sim was like, here's our next DLC, and it's fucking Wallace and Gromit. Maybe they can clean it into a better movie. How about that? Maybe you could power wash it so hard it becomes a more entertaining movie. I don't approve. And this is the one I'm going to try to get this game canceled. It's got too much DEI in it. That's what I think.
Oh no!
Wow.
It's got too much DEI. I think it's woke. I think it got woke.
It's got pronouns everywhere.
It's got pronouns.
Maybe that's
they
what
wrote
you're
it with
washing.
the water.
Yeah.
You're washing the woke away.
The only two things I've been consuming, I've been playing. I replayed all of Citizen Sleeper, the first one, in preparation for Citizen Sleeper 2. If people haven't played Citizen Sleeper and want one of the literal best written video games / choose your own adventures ever, do not sleep on it. It is an incredible indie from a couple of waka waka. An incredible indie from a couple of years ago that unfolds like a choose your own adventure, but where you are you are a sleeper, which is almost like a replicant in the Blade Runner universe. You've had the consciousness of a human being emulated, so like copied and emulated and put in a synthetic body, and so you have to survive on this. You wake up and you have to survive on this space station, and you do it by everything you do uses at the beginning of every day, you have these 5 dice that are randomly assigned, 1 through 6. And you need to use those dice. They're consumable each day. And you use them to complete different actions. And the dice, if you have a 6 dice, there's a good chance the action's going to succeed with a positive outcome. If you have a 1, it's a very risky chance. So you could try to fix something, but you fuck it up and it blows steam in your face and you get injured. And so every micro decision throughout the game is you're weighing the pros and cons of what to do. But the writing is just absolutely spectacular, and I'm incredibly excited for the second game. So highly recommend that. And then on the Weeb front, really quick, I watched the pilot for Sakamoto Days, which is one of the big anime of the season based on the hit manga. And it's about a former, like the world's greatest assassin named Sakamoto, who just one day retires because he falls in love, and he starts a family, and he gains a bunch of weight, and he becomes just a chubby little dude who runs a convenience store. But then the Yakuza come calling, and they're like, we gotta either kill this guy or get him to come out of retirement. You think he doesn't know what's going on? Oh, he's still got all those skills. He's still a fucking hardcore assassin at heart. So it seems like it is
kind of a John Thick situation.
A little bit of a John Thick. That's really good. Oh my god! What? Whoa! I didn't expect that at like the final 2 minutes of the pod. But yeah, the first episode. It's called Sakamoto Days. First episode premiered on Netflix. I want to say it's going to be every week. The dub's already out. Dub's really good.
They gotta stop doing the every week thing though. Like I hate it.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. You just gotta wait. But then by the time
I gotta wait. I have no choice but to wait. I want to check this out.
Yeah,
I gotta wait.
It's good stuff though. The Weeb's approved. And then Superb Owner, thank you so much for rejoining the tip jar. Corvus as well in the tip jar. Appreciate you. And then Ryan Betts. Thank you all so much. Ryan Betts still got all the money on the impending Gexassance, which is a good place to have your money. In Superb Owner, says, Marty, please explain from memory one niche British thing you've learned from Yachts and Jamae to your co-hosts.
Oh, no.
Oh, the thing is, I tune them out when they do that. They start talking about like Faulty Towers or some sitcom, and Yachts is like, how don't you know this? And I was like, because I was too busy watching Urkel turn into Bruce Lee. I bet you guys don't even understand what it was like to have Urkel. There's no English Urkel. Can you imagine? Drinking a bunch of tea, spilling it on the fucking butler. Did I do that?
There's got to be an English Urkel.
Are you going to watch Skeleton Crew now it's done?
I should finish it. I only watched the first 2 episodes. I heard the finale's pretty good.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed Skeleton Crew. Same problem with pretty much every Disney show is like the pacing is just kind of can get all over the place because they for some reason want their episodes to be 20 or 30 minutes long and not premium TV shows that are an hour long where they can really flesh everything out. So it really does feel like a long drawn out movie as usual. But as far as Star Wars stuff goes, Andor, Skeleton Crew, and then Ahsoka for me.
Nice. Yeah, now it's done. I'll probably binge through that. So
yeah, it's just it's a fun, nice Star Wars show.
I like the first 2 episodes, so it's off to a good start there.
Yeah,
it seemingly doesn't have the Skywalkers, which is nice.
It has no Skywalkers.
Nice to take a break from those Skywalkers.
Yes.
And then Harry Son, thank you so much. Re-upped in the tip jar. Blistered Soul with a £2 dono. Reading this, yes. Fixed phone to send super chats. Blistered
Fixed
Soul,
your phone just to send super chats? Hell yeah.
Super chat button was broke. Super chat button was broke, so they just had to turn it off and on.
That one spot on their phone was cracked where they couldn't send super chats.
You gotta go into that Horizon mode. And then Harry Son with $10 Thank you so much. Yo, have some money, Harry Son. We appreciate it, and we will take that money.
I think we're gonna, for the draft, since people are showing up late or haven't watched, I think you might have Eric put it up and make it into its own little VOD for you as well.
A VOD?
VOD.
A VOD? Yeah.
VOD.
So that'll be at some point down the road. And like we said, we'll be checking back in with how everyone's doing, and we'll probably chat with Eric, and we'll see if we can get maybe a community one going in the Discord for patronies.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Stay tuned for some of that.
Actually, I believe you can watch our league. Like, if you want to keep an eye on our league, I believe you can just do that now through Fantasy Credit Games because it is public. So if you just search us over there, you'll be able to find it.
Stop looking at me, Swan. But yeah, we'll give you guys updates on all of that. And then, we'll be back next week with a more regular show. We'll have the call out for patron questions again. And, we'll be talking about news and everything. And maybe by then we'll have
Nintendo Switch news.
Or maybe not. Or maybe not. And Corvus with another $2 donor right at the end. Thank you so much, Corvus. Are any of y'all going to play Killing Floor 3? That seems like a Nick game. You seem like Killing Floor.
That is a me game. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a me, Mario, the game.
It's a me. With all right, so Switch 2 reveal may be happening as soon as tomorrow. What is your confidence level on that, Marty? Because you said at the start of the week, it sounds like you heard it's happening on Thursday, but they haven't teased it. They haven't done anything.
Nintendo got teased. This isn't going to be. It's just going to be a video that drops. It's not going to be a stream. We're going to wake up in the morning. There's going to be a video that we can watch.
Sure. Not even like a Nintendo Direct announcement.
No. The Nintendo Direct I think will come next month. Again, I've said this 10,000 times, and I've been wrong every time. So my thing is just to act confident, because eventually I'm going to get it right, and people are going to be like, "Damn, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about."
Maybe they leaked a bunch of fake details to all the insiders, so they would all say, "Hey, it's happening," and then like Nintendo's like, "Ha, got you, bitch."
No, we didn't get tricked by that. The Genki boys. Genki boys are doing fine.
Yeah, because they got threatened.
Genki boys got very scared. Those lawyers were extremely powerful. Excellent. That does it for us. For Nick and Casey and Eric, this was Marty. This was Firelink episode number 50. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And then we'll see you back here tomorrow for both Liza P and for our possibly final Metroid stream.
Yeah.
Hell
definitely
yeah.
final Metroid stream.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry. Casey, what do you got? It's just late. I thought we were...
Oh, no, it's late. Yeah, we've been here for a while.
What do you got?
Follow me at Sigma Gears 9 all over the internets. The wedding streams are back. Me and my fiance started the Forgotten City, which I always forget the name of every time I need to say it.
Ironically.
It's really fun. We're having a good time. Fun stuff is happening. We've reached our 70% goal, which means we will be doing the Newlywed Game with some fun guests in the near future. Still planning that out, but look forward to that. Super Smash Sunday is back with me and Jeff, and it's coming to Second Wind. 2 hours starting at 12:30 till 2:30 on the Second Wind Twitch, followed by 3 hours at the normal time on my Twitch. So 5 hours in total across two streams. Super Duper Smash Sunday. So join us for that. And keep an eye on all the other things I'm on. That's all I can think of right now.
Hell yeah. Nick?
So Jack and I are doing our test recordings for the updated version of Unpacked, which the first episode will probably be dropping not next week, but the week after. So you'll see an updated format for that show. Still keeping some scripted segments, but if you liked the Escapist show, we think you will really like what we're doing with Unpacked going forward. Of course, we forgot to run the ad at the start of the stream because we all forgot it existed. We have a bunch of new merch over at DFTBA, so Eric will run that before we go to credits, so you can see our nice new shirts that you should definitely go buy because that supports the channel, and make sure we get to do this for the long haul, including joining our Patreon at the $5 tier, because then you get to write in every week besides this week, because we did the fantasy draft, your thoughts, comments, concerns, or questions for Firelink that we will read throughout the stream.
Concerns? I don't want any concerns.
Yeah.
Get your concerns out of here.
We're a bit concerned about GTA 6 releasing this year, Marty.
My games. Excellent. Just all that stuff. Like I said, tune in for our streams tomorrow, and just be good to each other. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesdays / Thursdays, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.